cardiac arrest is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. That is when an electrical malfunction in the heart causes an irregular heartbeat, disrupting the flow of blood to the brain, lungs, and other organs. Each year, more than 350,000 people experience out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, and 90% of them die. One thing that makes a difference is immediate CPR while waiting for first responders to arrive. Unfortunately, most people don't get life-saving CPR from bystanders. In June, the American Heart Association is working hard to help more people understand the critical difference CPR can make, while also explaining how easy it is to learn it. Joining us is Connie Schneider, a certified CPR instructor. Connie, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Denise. Thanks for having me.
You have a very personal reason for promoting the importance of more people learning CPR. Can you share your story with us, please?
Sure. My 17-year-old nephew at the time went into sudden cardiac arrest while on the baseball field, helping coach his younger brother's team. And Coach Zach Sievers immediately went into action, did CPR, and saved his life. And with the community efforts of the EMS responding accordingly, Zach knowing CPR, and the team responding by calling 911 immediately, his life was saved, and he's with us today. And now he just got pinned to be a police officer, so we're really proud of him.
He really would not be here if it wouldn't have been for bystanders stepping in and stepping up.
Yeah, we're very lucky, and since then we started a movement, and anyone that has two hands can save a life. They just need to know how to do hands-only CPR, and they need to be confident in it. And if we have enough people in the world to know this, lives can be saved on a daily basis.
It really was your motivation that really changed your life and what you decided to do.
It was a no-brainer. His brother and I immediately said we don't want anyone to go through what we're going through. We were in the hospital with David for 7 days, and immediately we said, let's get 1,700 people to know CPR within 1 year of David's life being saved. And I'm proud to say with the community involvement and first responders, we all worked together, and we've trained 2,200 people how to do CPR if and when it should ever is needed.
You know, one of the things that concerns even people who may have been trained with CPR, but bystanders, when they're there and someone falls to the ground and their heart isn't beating anymore, people really worry that they may not do it right or that they might hurt someone. And that sometimes gets in the way of people acting.
It can be really scary, and that's why Hands Only was created, because everybody, they didn't want to do the mouth-to-mouth, or they were worried that they didn't know the person. And we got to start being prepared and not scared. And Hands Only CPR is an easy respond where everybody can be a part of it. And you want to look at the alternative. Do you want to look at the alternative of the life not being saved at all? Or do you want to give it the chance to that life, every chance you can, to save that life and giving that person a second chance like David has with us?
I think one of the things that happens is that people see that paramedics come, whether we've seen it in person or more than likely on TV, on a TV show. They see the paramedics come and the paramedics are able to help someone. But for every minute that passes that someone doesn't have CPR, that's a 10% increase in the chance that they are not going to survive.
Denise, by the time this, our segment, our interview is done, we could have waited that long for rescue to come. So you can either stand there, which will feel like eternity, and not do anything, or you can take action immediately while waiting for rescue to be there. And I remember our first responders saying, when they show up to a call and see that CPR is already being administered, they know that there's a chance, versus everybody just standing around that person and no one doing anything. We have to start being proactive and just take action on it right away. Put your hands together, press hard and fast on the center of the chest, and do all we can to save that life. I mean, if Zach didn't take action, we wouldn't have our nephew with us here today.
You are going to walk us through a video that you've done to show how easy it is for someone to learn CPR and then to perform CPR. So why don't you walk us through what you instruct people to do when we get to that critical point that someone is down on the ground and their heart isn't beating?
Absolutely. When you see somebody on the ground, you want to look around and make sure the scene is safe so you're not putting yourself in danger. As soon as the scene is safe, you tap them on the shoulders like you're waking up a child from sleep. Are you okay? Are you okay? If they're not responding, you immediately want to check their breath. And I always tell people, put your hand in front of your face, how you feel that breathing. Well, you put your cheek and your ear by their mouth. And if they're not breathing, that's the first sign you're going to do CPR. But while your head and your cheek is down there, put your hand on their chest and put your hand on your own stomach at home while I'm showing you. And if you don't feel that stomach going up and down, they're not breathing. So immediately you put your knees close up to the body, you put your arms straight out and use your palm of your hand and you push hard and fast to the center of the chest. And you push hard 2 inches. I just say push to the ground because you're pumping that heart to keep the oxygen flowing. And it's so important those compressions are deep enough so that the heart and the brain are getting the oxygen and the blood flow that they need to get. Your first step is to call 911. Otherwise, you're going to be doing compressions forever. You want to make sure EMS is on the way. So call 911, begin compressions, and direct somebody to get the AED. And if you're alone, you call 911, put them on speaker, and begin compressions right away. But calling 911, get an AED, and start compressions hard and fast in the center of the chest immediately.
And the AED is the automatic defibrillator that's found in many schools and businesses. But if you're someplace where no one can find one, you still keep doing CPR.
You do CPR until that first responder is right next to you saying, I got it, and I'll take it from here. Don't stop as soon as you hear the sound, or don't stop as soon as they get there. You wait for them to give direction on stop, we got it from here. But until then, you push that heart hard and fast and give that person every chance they got for a second chance.
And again, when you're doing those compressions and it's with that kind of force, people need to realize you might break someone's rib, but it's okay.
You know, Denise, I've run into 2 situations where I've witnessed it. And there was one time where there were about 10 people around this person doing CPR, and somebody stood back and said, I don't want to break his ribs. And everybody at once said, versus being alive. And I remember David's chest when we met with the paramedics a week after. He said, man, my chest hurt so much. And the paramedics kind of laughed and said, David, we were giving you all we got with the CPR between Zach doing compressions and the EMS. So I'd rather have a hurt chest than nobody with us today.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to someone who may be thinking about learning CPR, but they're not sure it's something that they need to do?
Stop thinking about it, because while you're thinking about it, there's lives that could have been saved if you had already known. You have 2 hands. Learn CPR, push the heart hard and fast, and stop thinking about it and start doing it. And that's like with everything in life. Be proactive and take action. And why not learn it? Right, Denise?
Absolutely. Connie, thank you so much for being with us and for your work to save lives. And we are so glad to hear the great news about your nephew.
Thank you. And thanks for helping us spread the word with the American Heart and making sure everybody knows CPR. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. And if you are interested, and you should be, you can find a CPR class near your home or work at cpr.heart.org. 70% of all out-of-hospital cases of cardiac arrest happen in homes. So learning CPR can save the life of someone you know and love. Stay with us. We're back just after this break.